Hello everyone, it's Natalie here. Welcome to my channel, Find Joy in the Journey. Just wanted to hop on real quick, just give you a quick overview of what's going on in the garden. I just got home. I was out all day taking care of my mom. And so I just got home and I just wanted to do a quick garden check. So I'll show you what I have going on here. These are cucumbers. They seem like they're doing okay. Okay, those are my cucumbers. Now I have seeds in this little stack, these stackable planters here. I have seeds in here. I tried to plant seeds or sow seeds for little small things because the pots are not that large, and you want to really plant like little herbs, things like that. Nothing too big. Also, I drilled in the bottom. They have a place where you can poke out 3 holes, but it was suggested that you only either just poke out 2 holes or maybe just drill 1 right in the center, because they're so small. When you water them, you'll be watering them continuously because the soil doesn't stay moist long when you have too many drainage holes in the bottom. So just either poke out 2 holes, those holes that are actually set in the bottom, or just drill a hole yourself right in the middle. So that's what I did. I got a few collards going here. This time I tried to space them a little more. May have spaced them too much, but sometimes when I have too many collards or too many mustard seeds spread throughout, it just seemed like that when they start growing, they overlap and cover each other, and you get a lot of yellowing leaves in the bottom that don't get enough sun and enough nutrition when you're trying to fertilize them and all of that. So I tried spacing them. Hey, we'll see what happens, huh? These are my bush contender beans. They look nice and healthy. I've been coming out here and just snipping off any little leaves that are brown or damaged by insects. And so they look really nice right now. I see one that I missed. Corn. This is my sweet corn. This is sweet. This is Golden Cross Bantam. Sweet corn. Now, you're wondering why I have a stake, because corn stalks are supposed to be able to stand on their own. Lots of really heavy wind sometimes is just causing them to bend over. So just to save them from from being damaged, I just put a little bamboo stake in there to keep them upright. I did that on several of the ones that were leaning. Okay, here are my sugar babies. Sugar baby watermelon seedlings. These are my own. These are not the ones I purchased. Mine that I set myself, they seem to be doing way better than the ones I paid money to have shipped to me. I'm just being honest. I'm not going to down that company because they've been very kind. But I'm going to be totally honest. A couple of their seedlings actually did die. The lady said it could have been stress from being transplanted, but the key thing is I paid good money for them and they died. So I prefer to just use my own seedlings, and they look nice and healthy. I know how I grew them. I know what, the soil that I used. So from beginning to end, there'll be, something that I had a hand in creating. And so to be totally transparent, that one over in the corner, that's one of theirs. And so we'll see, but mine are pretty nice too. Look at that. These are the ones that I did first. The ones over here are some that I did later. They say you're supposed to sow seeds, like you sow these now, and these will come up soon, and then these will come up later. So I've been doing that. Okay, on the other side over there, I'll go around. That's sweet potatoes. Maybe I could just lean over. There you go. Those are sweet potatoes. Those are called Beauregard. Beauregard sweet potatoes. Okay. Over here, we have Blue Lake bush beans. Okay. In the middle, those are, I believe, the Alaska peas. Over there, those are Little Marvel peas. Now, we'll tell you this. Those Alaska peas in the green pots, I just have them sitting there holding down that cardboard because underneath that cardboard is where I sowed carrot seeds. And that's how you do it. You sow the seeds, then you cover it with you water them in, cover it with cardboard to and add some weight to it. And that's how you sow carrot seeds. Okay, they have to stay moist. If that soil dries out, they say the seeds will not germinate. But you keep them covered and you keep them moist, the soil moist, until you actually see these little white roots poking out. And then that's when you can remove the cardboard. I actually have some over here too. You see where that big stepping stone? I have some carrot seeds in there too. Okay. All right. More corn. That one is silver and gold. Sweet corn. Silver and gold. These are my bell peppers, sweet bell peppers. These three plants, they are the green bell peppers. And if you can see there, look, I got a bell pepper growing. Look how precious. I'm so silly. But I am super proud. This is super cool, man. Look, oh, another bell. I didn't notice this one. Look, another bell pepper. Wow. We're discovering this one together, you guys. Now look, over in this raised bed, and yeah, I know, I may have them too close together, but look, I'm a first timer. I just wanted to use the entire raised bed. So what I have is 3 plants each of yellow, red, and orange bell peppers. They're all in a row, okay? So, yeah, maybe I put them too close together. We'll see. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll make it. We're going to be all right. Okay. I shouldn't show you this because there's another video featuring this. These are my okra plants. If you remember, I just started with these 3 totes right here. And in each tote, I had 4 plants each. In each of these 3 totes. A lot of people were asking me, are you sure, how are they going to, do they have room to grow? I use 1 plant per 10-gallon tote or 10-gallon container or whatever. So that did, I was supposed to thin them out, totally honest. What I did is when I planted them seeds, I just put as many seeds in there. And once they begin to, because you know the seeds are not guaranteed to germinate. So I put seeds in there and every single seed actually did come up. So all 4 plants began to grow and I didn't thin them out. And I just lost track of time and they're growing bigger and bigger and I'm like, I should thin them out while they're small before the roots system really begins to begin. But I didn't. So yesterday, I took on the task of actually going in and transferring 2 plants. Had 4 in each of these totes. I transplanted 2 plants out of each tote and moved it over to this second tote. So now I have 6 with 2 plants in each. And they seem to be faring well. It was just yesterday, but look, they're still spry, they're still healthy. I tried to make sure that I removed the complete root ball intact. I actually dug down there with my bare hands because I wanted to feel the roots myself. And to hear that sound of the roots being torn from the soil, it just hurt my feelings. But my babies are okay, I think. I think we're doing all right. We'll see. We'll let time will tell. But I think they're going to be okay. There's a couple of little damaged leaves. I'm going to snip those off. I don't even like looking at those little insect damaged leaves. Now, these 3 tomato plants, I actually had them really close together. But yesterday, I said, you know what? They need more room so that each could get enough sun and wind and all of that. So I kind of spaced them out a little more. I'm gonna have to my weed barrier over there, my landscape fabric. I need to cover that back up again. I need to get better weed landscape fabric. So as you can see, I'm gonna try to get up close so you can see. I have tomatoes. We have growth. We have fruit. These three tomato plants are the better bush. I'm trying to get where you can see. There they are. Okay. Can you see? There they are. So these three are better bush. And each are producing fruit. Okay. Yeah, this one's kind of leafy. I don't want leaves, honey. I want tomatoes. Do your thing there. Come on, girl. Come on, girlfriend. These over here are the celebrity hybrid. The celebrity hybrid ones. These two are celebrity hybrid. Let me come across this way. There go my girls. Look at that. All right. Do your thing, honey. Do your thing, honey. Look at that. Oh, no blossom end rot. Come on, baby. Come on, girls. Come on, Mama's been taking good care of you. Oh, my celery. This is my celery. I'll tell you something about the celery. When it comes to a certain point, I will have to blanch these celery stalks. Okay? And it is 3 weeks before it's time to harvest the celery. You take cardboard and you wrap it around the stalks, not the leaves, just the stalks. Like I said, it is not time yet. It's about 3 weeks before it's time to harvest. That's when I do it. And you cover the stalks because you don't want them to get sunlight. You want them to lighten, the stalks to lighten in color. Because when they're dark green like that, it's a bitter taste. So when you lighten them up by depriving them of sun, it gives it a more subtle and supposedly sweeter celery taste instead of being bitter. So now over here, I'm going to go quickly. I'm making a long video. This is the celery, lettuce. Just a generic lettuce. I'll show you something I got from Walmart. Look, just says lettuce. Okay, there are actually 6 plants here. But remember my rabbit? I kind of miss old girl or old boy. Haven't seen him. Look, I even had a dream about the rabbit. That is so weird. Okay, so, but yeah, ate 2 of my lettuce plants. This one looks pretty good. Okay, these are kind of small. Those empty spots is where the rabbit had supper. Okay. All right, this is also lettuce. This is actually iceberg lettuce. It's not faring too well. I think I'm gonna scrap this and start over again. I think now that I know that the seeds will come up, because I just sprinkled them all around. Now that I know that the seeds will come up, I want to start over. Some fresh soil. I'm going to just scrape off the top and start over fresh. Space them properly, because the seeds are viable. And I think I just want to start over. So I'll just take that. See that little scrap that's left? I'm going to take that, throw that in the compost bin, and just start over. It just doesn't even look right. Look, I'm just being honest. Look. Yeah, I need to do a better job with that. Tell you a little story about the garlic super quick. Super quick. This garlic, I put these garlic cloves in the ground in October. So through all that frost and all that fall and winter weather, they've been in the ground, in the soil, percolating. I said to myself, you know what? Some of the leaves are dying. It's time for me to go in there and just kind of look around. I just impatient Natalie. But here's the deal. Leave them in there and be patient. Because in actuality, the garlic doesn't start getting its real, like the garlic cloves don't really start forming until the last 3 weeks. believe it or not, the last 3 weeks before you harvest them. That's when they start really getting their size. The bulbs get their size. So yeah, and some people are like, oh well, come on. When you see half the leaves die down, you can check. Or when you see a third of the leaves or the fourth of the leaves, some people swear by that. And so out of curiosity, I decided to dig a couple up just to see. And let me show you how small they are.
Yeah.
Impatient, Natalie. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. They needed some time and patience.
Yeah.
Look at how small they are. Well, that's what you get when you're impatient. But it's just those two. As you can see, I have plenty of more. We'll be fine. So let the garlic stay next. Stay away from the garlic. These are yellow onions. Okay. And according to my mama, Miss Nancy, when I was talking to her today I went to the nursing home to see her, and just to check on her. Got a chance to play in her hair a little bit. Tomorrow's wash day, so I went and had to sit there for 2 hours and take loose 1,001 little braids so they can wash her hair tomorrow and listen to her stories. And we're talking about my garden and the yellow onions. She said you should be able to see them on. They're gonna poke up out of the soil supposedly. Okay, these are potatoes, Kennebec, Red Norland, and Gold Yukon. And they're just now starting to poke through the soil here. Okay. Now, about mulching them. Why aren't they mulched, Natalie? Well, because I was told that you don't have to mulch them until the actual foliage starts breaking through. So I'll be doing the mulch soon. But when I did a video when I said how I planted these, you fill the container up halfway with soil, leaving at least 7 inches free at the top. Then you're going to amend the soil with a good balanced fertilizer and bone meal. Just mix that together, and then you're going to sprinkle that on top of that soil, mix it in, and then you place your seed potatoes on top. Was told it didn't matter if the little sprouts or whatever was facing upwards or not. Some people like to have them facing upwards because so they can, when the leaves start growing, it can poke up. But it doesn't matter. I was told it's like they're gonna grow upward regardless. But I just feel like, hey, give it give it a better chance if you have it facing upward. So that's what I did. Then after that, you cover those seed potatoes in compost and the remainder of your fertilizer mixture. And you just keep doing that until it is completely filled up. So you're going to be left with, if you saw my little video, you're going to be left with a tote that's just completely with that black, rich compost on the top. And you leave it just like that and you water it in good. Make sure it stays moist. I'm using black totes. I'm learning when you use dark color totes in containers, it holds on to the heat more. It keeps the soil warm. So, and also that black layer of compost on top, it keeps that soil nice and warm for these potatoes to do its thing and begin to start sprouting. As you can see, it's breaking through. I don't even have to do this. It's gonna break through. Look at that. You can see some of my mixture there. Look. Yeah, it's gonna do what it's supposed to do. But that's what the Kennebec. I have it written on the side. Kennebec. Those are the Red Norlands. I actually put the date on them so I know when to go ahead and harvest them. I put these seed potatoes in the soil on April 11th. So under here I have yellow onions, more yellow onions. I had put bunching onions. I could not get them to come up, so I just scrapped the whole bunching onion idea and put more yellow onions. Same yellow onions as I have that I have right here. Okay, so I just put some yellow onion in here to use the soil and so it won't be a waste. So here's the last thing I'm going to show you from the garden. Strawberries. Okay? These are called everbearing. Now, I think I should have put them together. Put the two plants together instead of having them separate. But I'm a newbie. Okay? Also, if I had put them in, I should have put them like towards the side here, because what you want is the berries to kind of just cascade over the little stems. But we'll see what happens. Okay, let's move on very quickly over here to my seedlings. Okay, my tomato seedlings for the tomatoes that my husband wanted, which were the little cherry tomatoes. So I'm going to up pot those soon. And I learned how to up pot them. When you sow the seeds, of course, you're going to sow more than one because of the seeds not guaranteed to germinate. So you sow more than one, and then you go in and you thin them out when the time comes. And I sowed my seeds outside in this greenhouse. I love this greenhouse. I know I say that all the time. But so they're not inside seedlings. They've been outside. Okay, but they're doing a great job out here. And it's less stress of hardening them off, because sometimes I used to just bring the whole tray out and let it sit out on the picnic table. So it is already accustomed to being in this environment. You know, that's what I meant about my sugar baby watermelon seedlings. They're used to my environment, the temperatures here. That's why I think they're faring better here than those seedlings that I purchased. Now, back to these tomato seedlings. When you up pot, you're going to thin them out, and you're going to just snip the weakest plants. What I mean by weakest is, see the little stems? The smaller ones are what you're going to snip, and you want the ones that the stem is thickest. It's not necessarily the biggest, but the thickness of the stem. That's what you want to do. You want to get the ones that are thickest, and you're not going to pull them out. You're going to just snip them off. Okay? That's what I learned. And look, I'm noticing that some true leaves are showing up on these cucumbers over here. Straight 8, and I want to say National Pickling is in there. Those are some of my sugar babies that are left. And those true leaves are coming out. If you don't know what a true leaf is, okay, see how they have these little round leaves, these first leaves? And then the true leaves are these little ones that have the little jagged edge. And these are the first leaves. I think they're like for covering. And this is the true leaf. So it's time to up pot. Okay? So I did a long video anyway. I'm sorry. You still love me? Good. All right, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. And here we go. I'd like to say this. Thank you to those who have subscribed. I appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. I would greatly appreciate it. And also, in closing, as always, no matter what your situation is, no matter what your circumstances are, always try to find joy in the journey.